Last month, customs officers seized a fishing boat that was supposedly full of live lobsters. But when they cracked open the crates, they didn't find a single piece of seafood. Instead, they found 300 NVIDIA H100s wrapped in plastic. Right now, this piece of silicone is the most valuable contraband on planet Earth. It is harder to get than weapons-grade plutonium. Elon Musk is begging for them, governments are hoarding them, banning them. But this is the part that keeps me awake at night. Every single one of those chips comes from one building on one island that is currently the most dangerous place on the planet. We have built the entire global economy, the internet, the banks, the AI revolution on a supply chain that is one earthquake or one invasion away from evaporating. Most people would just write this off as a monopoly, but if you look a lot deeper, it's actually a hostage situation. To understand how we got into this mess, you have to realize that NVIDIA never planned to run the world. They just wanted to run Crysis. For 20 years, Jensen Huang was just the cool uncle of Silicon Valley. I mean, he made the cards that let us play video games at 60 FPS. But here's the cosmic joke. It turns out that rendering a video game explosion is mathematically identical to simulating a human brain. Think of a standard computer chip, a CPU, as a Ferrari. It's incredibly fast, but it can only hold 2 to 3 people at a time. A GPU is a bus. It's slower, but it can move thousands of pieces of data at the exact same moment. In 2006, that was just good for gaming. But currently, that is the exact architecture you need to train a neural network. While Intel was fighting AMD to make slightly faster laptops for spreadsheets, NVIDIA was accidentally building the engine for God. So if you haven't really taken a deep dive into this, you're probably asking yourself, why doesn't someone else just build a chip? Well, they are. AMD is trying, Intel is trying, even Google is trying. But ultimately, they are all failing. Why? Because the monopoly isn't the plastic and the silicon, it's the code. It's called CUDA. Back in 2006, Jensen released a software layer that let programmers talk directly to the GPU, and he gave it away for free. He also taught it in universities, and for 15 years, every PhD student in AI learned to write code in CUDA. Today, 4 million developers have built the entire AI ecosystem on top of NVIDIA's language. You have to rewrite 10 years of software history. So yeah, NVIDIA built the hardware, but where it gets really tricky is they also built the language that the hardware speaks. But then there is a hardware trap. It's called NVLink. If you buy 1,000 chips, you need them to talk to each other and very fast. Usually that data gets stuck in traffic, but you guessed it, NVIDIA solved this. They used a proprietary cable that bypasses the computer entirely. But here's the catch. You can't use NVLink with AMD chips. You also can't use it with Intel. So if you want speed, you have to buy the whole ecosystem. And like any good monopoly, they know how to twist the knife. Right now, an NVIDIA H100 chip costs about 40,000 United States dollars. But you can't just walk into a store and buy one. You have to be allocated. So Jensen decides who eats and who starves. And take this with a grain of salt, but there are rumors in the valley that if you try and build your own chips, or if you talk to competitors, maybe your shipment of H100s just gets delayed. Maybe you go to the back of the line. Tech startups are literally taking out loans using these chips as collateral. They are trading them like contraband. It's a cartel. And right now, everyone is paying the protection money because they literally have no choice. So why do we keep it there then? Well, we can't just move the factory. These facilities are cleaner than a hospital operating. They use machines that cost $200 million each. They consume more water and electricity than entire cities. And the scale of this is becoming genuinely terrifying. I mean, we are hitting a thermodynamic limit. These new Blackwell chips run so hot, they would literally melt a standard computer case. You can't even cool them with fans anymore. We have reached a point where Microsoft is paying to restart literal nuclear power plants just for these data centers. I mean, it's crazy. We are physically terraforming the planet just to keep the silicon cold enough to think. But every empire has a weakness. For NVIDIA, it's geography. NVIDIA is a fabless company. That means they design the chips in California, but they don't actually make them there. They send the blueprints to one company, TSMC. This is the single most important building on Earth. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company produces 90% of the world's advanced AI chips. It is the quote-unquote silicon shield. Taiwan knows that as long as the world needs these chips, the US Navy has to protect them. But that shield is also a target. Military analysts have confirmed that if China invades, there is a scorched earth protocol. The US has signaled that they would rather blow these factories off the face of the map than let them fall into Chinese hands. If a blockade blocks the ship, or a typhoon hits the power grid, or if a single missile strikes Fab 18, NVIDIA goes to zero. The cloud goes down, ChatGPT stops working. The global banking system will literally freeze. We have built the entire future of human intelligence on a supply chain that is sitting on a fault line surrounded by warships. So at the moment, NVIDIA is winning. They have the best tech, the best software, and all the money they could ever ask for. But history has a funny way of humbling monopolies. Cisco in 2000, IBM in 1990. It's true, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. People ask, is NVIDIA a bubble? Is AI a bubble? But these are the wrong questions. I'm asking, what happens if the bubble pops? Do the rest of us go down with it? We have built the entire future of human intelligence on a supply chain that is one bad day away from a total collapse.